The Miami Dolphins, a team that has a decent bit of potential, but still a very bad offensive line. Is Tua good? Is he not good? Does he have potential? Is he left-handed Jordan Love? That last one, probably. Let's take a look at this team as we're going to be rebuilding the Miami Dolphins here today. A realistic style rebuild. Style because sometimes the draft gets a little unrealistic if you're new to these rebuilds, which if you are, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. I know you're going to love it here. I can see the future, but what I mean by that is sometimes we don't draft in the 5th, 6th, or 7th like a whole lot, but we try to. Of course, Tua, a guy that I feel is getting better, but as far as Madden's concerned, I'm concerned because that throw power is bad. He's 24, which isn't like a death sentence, but you kind of need to get it going a little bit with Tua. Of course, with our Jets rebuild, we had Zach Wilson pretty much almost in this exact same situation, except a lot more throw power. And by year 4, he only had 85 overall, and he just got to superstar. So I worry, but then again, we do have a little bit better of a starting wide receiver room. Obviously, Terron Armstead was a must-needed signing. Little surprised that he chose to sign here. I don't know if it was just the location or if... I mean, it's not that nobody would offer him money. I know he's a little bit of a risk because of his injury concerns, but, I mean, he immediately makes the offensive line better. I wouldn't say this makes them even smarter for the Tunsil trade, but, like, in a way, kind of, right? Like, they have a Tunsil, if not better, if healthy. Of course, running back has been a problem here for some time. They just can't seem to land a stud running back. And I still don't think they have, as Mostert has potential because he's super fast, but injury concerns. He's literally never healthy. Of course, there's some people that are weird enough to say that Mahomes made Tyreek Hill, which I don't understand. If anything, it's kind of the other way around. Now, will he be as good with Tua? I don't know, because once again, the offensive line is a major, major problem, and obviously, Tua's arm strength is a bit of a major problem. I know his deep accuracy is not terrible, but his depth is kind of terrible, and obviously Tyreek Hill is known for taking the top off defenses, but also taking a short route the distance. Of course, you also have that with Jalen Waddle, the two fastest wide receivers pretty much in the game when you consider their duality. Both of them combined, easily the fastest. Defense, Javon Holland, probably underrated here. He's kind of a stud, all right? He's a stud. Howard's pretty damn good. Byron Jones is so up and down, hot and cold. Katy Perry should just marry the guy. Noah Igbenogany, I don't understand how he's still star, whereas like a guy like Stokes, who was thrust into the cornerback number 1 spot, locking down, for the most part, the other team's number 1 corners is still normal. But sure, I guess. We're also back on offense. Thank you. D-line, it's actually not a bad D-line. Wilkins is honestly probably a little underrated. Ogba, I feel like he has been pretty good for the last couple of years. Melvin Ingram, I did make this team a 3-4, by the way. I don't know what they're running in real life, but they just look built better to be a 3-4, and that's what I did. They were a 4-3 at first. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to use Phillips and Ingram as coverage linebackers, but I guess. But Melvin Ingram, I don't even remember the last time he's been bad for a team. I feel like he's just good for every team. He's like freaking Yannick Ngakoue at this rate. He is a decent overall, in fairness. Phillips, once again, another guy, like, his numbers look good, but maybe a little fluffed, maybe a little inflated. Of course, as far as a Madden rebuild sense goes, gotta replace potentially the middle linebackers. Gonna have to replace Ingram because of his age. Safety need to replace. Corner, maybe, because Byron Jones is a star dev at 29. That doesn't, usually don't last too long there. D-line, probably going to have to replace Raekwon Davis. Maybe Ogba. The entire offensive line, at least the left guard and center, probably going to be looking to replace down the line. Running back, maybe quarterback. Tua's got a lot of potential in-game, and if he doesn't shine early, we may have to move on early. Austin Jackson getting some love from Terron Armstead. I'm going to be honest with you, though. With his age, his overall, I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. I get a lot of people that always tell me, like, maybe it's more for the franchises that we actually play, like Seahawks and whatnot, but I get people that are like, what do you mean 24? What do you mean 25? What do you mean 26 is too old? It's like, it's not that they're necessarily too old, especially in real life, obviously, but it's like you could do better, It's like you can obviously do better, and some of these positions are not super hard to draft. So it's like, why not? And why do we have 54? I literally got us down to 53. Wait, is Chase Edmonds supposed to be the starter around here? He seems a little more dependable, but it's not like he's great either. But he did show some promise, actually. Yeah, I mean, 3.5, 5.1, 4.6, 5.1 in his career for the Cardinals. That's pretty decent. I actually am going to start him over Mostert, who can't take more than one hit a year. Oh, the team changed up a little bit because they added Brandon Williams. And hell, I'm kind of down. He's better than who we got. Sorry, Raekwon, but your time is over already. Oh, damn, I didn't show it, but Austin Jackson gained 10k XP. Van Ginkel, he's a decent, like, hybrid type. Oh, yeah, I'm sure the Bears would give up their only wide receiver for him. Oh, the Chiefs would give up their best corner for him. I'm sure of it. These trades are kind of busted. Like, this, maybe. But even then, they're young. They're young. The only real trade here, in my opinion, is the Giants and the Niners, who are kind of keeping it real. And I don't know why my voice got so fake like that. It was really weird. Like, I don't know where that came from. Like, it sometimes comes out, but it's like, please, go away. Ah, the new addition, Juju Smith-Schuster, Ayuk, their second best wide receiver. DJ Reed, a guy they just added. Ah, Curtis Samuel, pretty new addition. Makes sense. God, Baker's such a damn bot, dude. Couldn't even get to star dev. Money time, or negative money time if you're us. Did they? Oh, yeah, they did. They tagged Gesicki, didn't they? That's very interesting for a guy that overall in Madden. Wonder if maybe that means he was overrated in Madden, perhaps. But there's one thing I know for a fact, and it is that tight end is not a fun position to draft in the game. 4-year 55. Damn it, what does he want? Any other contracts? Eric Rowe, no thank you. Melvin Ingram's probably going to retire. Thomas Morstead will probably retire. Mostert will probably get injured signing the contract. Sonny Michel, he's kind of just like a super backup. Van Ginkel, that's why we're trying to trade him, because we don't want to re-sign him. Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not paying a 3-year 50 for. Nick Needham, don't really Nick Needham. Preston Williams, no. Red wine. Red wine. Yeah, let's get Gesicki, and that's it. That's the other thing I like. I don't hate it, but it kind of like, it's something I edit out a lot in these. Because we're rebuilding the Dolphins, a lot of the time, I sing Noah Igbenogany. Woo, 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 woo. It's something from SpongeBob. I know SpongeBob himself says it. I don't even know what the song is referencing. I don't even know what it's about, but we do get the 4-year 60 to Mike Gesicki. That's kind of the most important thing here. 14 mil cap. We're broke. Red wine. Are you effing kidding me? Oh, no. We sold, and Teddy's actually doing well. We're not winning super well. Oh, this is a mad L, dude. The game, because I released the player, the game auto-signed Brandon Williams and then reordered the whole depth chart, and I forgot about quarterback, dude. I'm not redoing it. I'm just not doing it. We're just going to use this as an opportunity. If Teddy Bridgewater ends up with better stats than Tua, we're drafting a new quarterback. That's it. That's all I can tell you. And really, it's like TD to pick ratio. If it's really bad, Tua's out. He's done. Same playbook, same scheme, all of that. We're not touching anything but the quarterback depth chart. Oh my, we've died. All right, here it is, the moment of truth for Tua, and we do actually make the playoffs, which is pretty impressive. 9-8. The Bills also only go 9-8. Well, I would say only for them, 9-8. Whippy for us, and no sacks allowed. Whatever. That's kind of glitched, but I wonder if the game has like scenarios for the AIs. You know what I mean? But, I did a rebuild where it said play cool. We lost when we should have won. I'm going to say screw it. Guaranteed win is fired up. Oh, my God. The Chargers are all pissed. But shouldn't that fire us up as well? When's the last time you've heard a coach say, we're going to win, dude? It's easy. It's easy in the bag. That should fire us up, too, EA. All right, let's see the numbers. In theory, they both sucked, but Tua was worse. But it could have been a fluke as well, as Teddy had a longer throw, but at the same time, Tua's throw. But Teddy Bridgewater's throw power is pretty trash too, isn't it? It's exactly the same. I think we just need a new quarterback in general. I think so. I think if Tua wins a playoff game, he stays. If he loses this first game, we're replacing him. Although we might not have the option to. Of course, Austin Jackson was awful. Oh, man, we really should have just redid the whole rebuild. Ogba killed it. Ingram was all right. Wilkins, decent. Phillips, not great. Kicking was okay. Punting was great. Punt return, kick return. We had our injury-prone number 2 running back with speed returning kicks. I mean, the with speed part kind of seems like obvious to return kicks, but the injury part is the worrisome part, and no awards. All right, going to the end of the game. Can we pull off the upset? We are at home for this one. They missed a field goal, they missed a field goal, and then we took advantage. Now up 7, 14 all. Not looking great. Okay, Miami, I see you. Play some defense, and you saved Tua's job. Tua's job is on the line. What's happening? We're going the wrong way, boys. Oh, my. A throwaway on 3rd and 5. A punt. I mean, this is like do or die for Tua specifically. It really makes you wonder why the hell he threw the ball away. And we're going to go low, and Waddle catches it. You guys have seen me play this year. I mean, me coming in is a liability. But on that one, we were actually positive, and they still pretty much throw it away. We get the field goal, but this is why we went for it. Look! We have 0 timeouts now, down 7, 29 seconds left. If we didn't go for that, they would have just clocked us. They wouldn't even have needed, we wouldn't have had this chance. As Mostert's going to take it for a decent return. I'm not really sure why they kicked it short, because now we're at the 35. Like, really, I just want to win because I don't want to replace Tua with another quarterback, because then I'm going to have to use a pick on a quarterback. And we're not going to get the time to throw. Oh, wow, the clock's just gone. Holy crap, we can't get that to the line in 20 seconds? Wow, that's a mad L. The problem here, though, is Tua actually played pretty well. He just kind of got let down by his running back, who's an absolute trash can. So I don't know what to think there, to be honest. This is a questionable, weird rebuild. Yeah, First and Many can suck my ass. I'm not going to talk to them. Colts versus Buccaneers. Colts are an interesting name drop here. They only lose by 3, apparently. As far as dev-ups go, I cannot imagine a single one we would have earned. Like, literally nothing. Except for Wilkins and Ogba, obviously. And Rowe, but we don't really care about Rowe, do we? Of course, Wilkins had a chance at a dev-up earlier in the season. Didn't get it. Could have been an X factor there. Probably that's not how it works, but, in theory, let me have it. Emmanuel Ogba, a really good player because of that superstar dev. He might be able to lock in for a couple of more seasons, which is pretty sick, but quarterback, what do we do? 78 overall for Tua. If we would have played him all season, he still would have been pretty trash, but he would have at least had better upgrades. Also, you can see that he went up in throw power, it appears, as once again, the throw power and speed upgrades are boosted rather than, limited like once it was told. But I don't know. We'll see what the quarterback situation is looking like in the draft, but we do have a pretty bad draft pick, I imagine. Actually, I'm trying to think. What do we even have for draft picks? We have our own and San Fran's, which could definitely be used for a quarterback. I think we're going to debate on where pick 1, 2, or 3, like what team is taken up there. And if they don't need a quarterback, maybe we make a play. But at the same time, do we really need a quarterback with... man, I don't know with Tua, dude. The Eagles with pick 2, I don't know if they need a quarterback. Hurts isn't the greatest. The Lions absolutely need a quarterback. Our only option would be pick 3, which belongs to a quarterback-needy Seahawks team. So Tua's our guy. Like, Teddy had a chance. He was decent throughout the year, but a 2-year 34, I can't do it. It's just like the problem is you can't develop Teddy. So sure, he had a really good start to the season, and then we benched him for Tua when he was playing out of his mind. But like, what am I supposed to do with a 30-year-old normal dev quarterback asking for a 3-year, $55 million deal, and he has 0 chance to develop with his noodle arm, At least Tua's a young noodle arm. Chase Edmonds is actually releasable. I mean, this dude was trash. He's gone. Could have been the scheme, but, I mean, he was awful as a pure starter. He was so bad. Tell me Kareem Hunt's there. Tony Pollard. That is a name that probably will hit the open market, in fairness. And it's kind of the only name. Tony Pollard's asking for kind of low money, but that does kind of lock us in with him as our starter. He has a lot of potential, though. He's the only one. We're the only ones offering him, in fairness, as well. Would I really see this team doing that, though? Super fast, good juke move, good carrying. I just don't know what his sim numbers would be like. So I offered contracts to Pollard, I offered contracts to Jalen Thompson, and I offered a contract to Eric McCoy. We're hoping to get at least 2 of them. Both of the guys but the safety would be fine. I want them all, but, I'm just saying. And we get all 3. Not bad. A 3-year 27 for Jalen Thompson, 5-year 30 for Tony Pollard, and a 2-year 20 for Eric McCoy. So for now, we might actually be okay on the offensive line. Quarterback is still a thought if there's something there. Linebacker, middle linebacker for sure. DT for sure. Left out for sure. And that might be it. Maybe look for a future corner, but we might be fine there too. What is Howard? He's got to be old. 30. Yeah, I mean, the positions we listed, pretty much all defense. I think we can work with the offensive line we have right now. They have 2 on the 5th-year option list, and absolutely we would love to get 1 more year, even though it's still going to be like in the 20 mil range for a quarterback, but it's still half of what it could be. But then again, it's not, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't know, either way. Austin Jackson, no. But we do possibly have the option of a trade-up. Wow, trade offers for Jalen Thompson? It's like we just got the guy or something. Like, really, game? I am interested, though. Hunter Henry's kind of a cool offer. Stroud to the Lions. Eagles could take QB. They do. Seattle should take QB. They took a DT. What? Like, we could legitimately trade up for Bryce Young and trade Tua off next year for like a 2nd-round pick. I just don't know if we need him. Tua showed promise. It wasn't great promise, but it was promise, damn it. I'm not going to. I'm going to pass on QB this season. It would also require a hell of a, well, I wouldn't say a hell of a trade up. 19 and 26 alone may be enough. Where is Will Anderson? I haven't even put him on my list, but like, is he not still considered like a god? I'm not going to go for Will Anderson, though. I'm just going to go to pick 19 and start taking players we need. We have 2 DTs, so we're going to actually go Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith is a pass rusher, I believe. And he's going to be my guy. An A, power move. B, finesse move. Welcome to the team, buddy, at 19. Normal dev, but 86 speed, 89 excel. Should still be decent, I imagine. And then at 26, we do need the nose tackle. So if Ika or Ikea, whatever you want to call him, is there, we will absolutely be taking him. He is, well, I wouldn't say absolutely be taking him, but we should take him, right? Like, Roy does look very interesting, in fairness. He looks very interesting. But I'm going to go with the big fella, I think. I'm going to go for him. Hidden development rate, 95 speed. Big boy, tank, nose tackle, Vita Vea God. I just said a bunch of words. We're going to go to the next round because that's kind of what we, needed. We got those positions out of the way. This, it may be a new move we've seen recently with this class, but Justin Jacobs. Actually, to be fair, I haven't looked at the other guys. 22 years old. Decently fast, maybe overshown, could be a better choice than Justin Jacobs, and it would be a new choice. I just don't know how good he is, but we have taken Justin Jacobs, and he actually worked out for us. We're going to risk it on DeMarvion Overshown, who is, of course, normal. Glad we decided to make that play. Pick 7 in the 3rd round. If the running back that I was looking at is still there, I might grab him just in case Pollard sucks. Ooh, Bigsby is there too, but Sean Tucker is also here. He's 21, 5'10", very, very fast, and has an A trucking with an A break tackle. I'm going to take the shot in the 3rd round, and he's hidden. He could be a god. That speed, that trucking, and stiff arm with the break tackle, that's kind of busted. Do we have any of my linemen still here? Probably not, right? We have 2. Oh, we do not have 2 centers, actually. Patterson went already. A guy that a lot of people have made classes on and made him a god just because he's like a big tank. Very rough, but do I take the bet that Gene Dangus has made him good? A awareness kind of tells me that his overall should be a little high. What else do we have? So A to C for impact, A to C. I mean, C's, man, if that's an F run block, though. He sucks at run blocking. But his pass block power is an A, which maybe tells me he's a good pass blocker. That seems a little high, actually. Although day 3, screw it. We're just going to go for him now. Osiris Torrance. And he is hidden. Okay, so I don't know what it is about this guy. I don't know if it's just because like he's actually good or if it's because he's like a big 6'5", 347. But every class I've done with this real-life class in any Madden has had him as hidden. I don't know what it is. Maybe he literally just is good, but it's kind of weird for him to be hidden, but like fall, like that late in the draft, no? And here's that unrealisticness that I talked about before. I have nothing else in the class, so I will be trading this pick away to the, I suppose, Niners. And then in the 7th round, I'm just going to take whatever the highest kick power punter is. Or the highest kick power, the highest accuracy, actually, maybe. We'll see. AJ Anderson had an A accuracy with solid kick power. I'm hoping something like, what is solid, like 90? 91. I mean, if the accuracy is actually A, then, I mean, it's a win. All right, draft recap. What are we working with? 74, 76. The middle linebacker was kind of bad. The running back was good. Torrance was really good. The punter, what that accuracy do, though? 73 overall. Yeah, he's a good punter. Also just got blinded again. Thank you, game. Automatic starter for Nolan Smith, but once again, definitely looking a little rough around the edges, but potential injury toughness is a little rough, but doesn't really matter too much for a rebuild. Ika or Siaki Aka, I don't know. I'm speculating at this rate. It would take seconds for me to check, but those are seconds that I am too lazy to use. What is his dev? Star. We did land another star. 2 stars, actually. We landed Sean Tucker as well. Oh my god, Dangus. That's crazy. 89 trucking, dude. Start of elementary. Oh, 45's got to go. That's just disgust. Of course, someone's going to be like, my great-grandfather who fought in, 7 wars and whatever, like, he wore number 40. I was like, please, I'm not, I don't know him. I'm not talking about him. But yeah, a couple of those players definitely wasted, but a lot of them not. And we're going to put on number 28 just to give him a better chance to succeed. Overshown, probably a waste. Actually, only Overshown. He was the only waste, but then again, he was a mid-second round pick, so that is a lot to lose, but you can't have perfect drafts every time. Excuse me? Player tag future starter? A bit, where? Where? Like, really, though, like, where? Like, physically, where? Where would he start? We put him on the trade block. Nobody wants him. I don't know what they see. I don't see anything good. So the roster for year 2, I wouldn't say the team got significantly better, but it got better. We have a better running back committee by a lot. Wide receivers are pretty much the exact same, but we didn't really need to change that too much. O-line, we added a new left guard who's great. We have Torrance could maybe play guard in the future. Maybe need to replace the center. Robert Hunt, I don't know what to think about him, to be honest, because he's okay. He's not a great, pass blocker, perhaps, but he's a decent power blocker. He's a big guy. And then you have Austin Jackson, who's actually starting to develop here. How old is he? 25? 24 only? I thought he was 24 to start, so people are definitely questioning how dumb I am with, you think he's old? He's literally 12 years old. He's not even in high school. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Speed upgrade! And then we move to the defensive side of things, where we added a new strong safety, who probably doesn't even fit that scheme, that situation, playing strong safety. A new nose tackle who's a god. A new left out who has a lot of potential with his base ratings. We just need him to actually develop. And, yeah, I mean, we made some plays. We're still falling behind, though, as once again, we probably need a new center. We may need a new QB, which is a lot of draft capital to probably get that. We probably need 2 new middle linebackers, and cornerback is going to suck next season. Back-to-back years of 10 KXP and a +3 to pass block finesse. Now I can kind of see why he's developing. Oh, Jalen Phillips, superstar! We got ourselves a god. I don't know what the quarterback numbers are, but oh, wow. 20 million cap, and these are the names we have to pay. That's not good. But, as I was about to say, we changed our playbook to Dallas, and we're having a very good year. Now, Unreplaceable guys. Christian Wilkins, I think, is considered that. A 2-year 21. Glad to stay. He's interested. I was about to say, if Austin Jackson isn't interested, I'm going to be pissed. Because this guy should be. That's literally all I've got. A 4-year 30 for a guy that's, kind of struggled early on. Happy to sign. Love it. 2.5 mil left. Noah Igbenogany, the guy that they've been developing for a while now. We cannot afford. We gotta make it happen. We were able to clear a little bit more money. I don't know how this is fair, but then again, he hasn't actually played, so a 4-year 16 is actually probably pretty damn fair. Robert Hunt, sorry pal, we were just talking you up, but I suppose luckily we have a backup plan. And then Connor Williams, I think we're gonna need to draft a replacement, but I think we might just barely make it out of here. However, the sad part is losing some of these guys. We're about to lose Byron Jones next season, or if he's not gone, I'm going to trade him because his cap number is kind of like, doesn't make sense for a guy that's going to be like star 83 overall. So we'll actually have the money next season, but not this, sadly. I didn't know that this game was rated M for mature because EA bent my ass over and they went all the damn way. As we lost 5 out of the last 6 games to finish with what, 9 wins, was it? Did we go 9-8? We went 9-8. We had 9 wins, and then we lost 5 out of 6. Or 8 wins, whatever the damn math is. You get it. Holy crappy egg. Do you mind? Of course, Tua, thankfully, looks like he is the quarterback. Maybe not of the future, but he's the quarterback, I guess, of the near future. Tony Pollard, not a great season. Tucker, kind of better, yards per carry-wise. Wide receivers, how the hell did Wilson do better than Waddle? What? You're trying to tell me that Wilson's better with the ball in his hands than Jalen Speedster Waddle? Okay, Gesicki, 1,100 yards. Blocking awful, but I mean, what can you do? It's literally Madden Sim. That's how that happens. Jalen Phillips with 9 sacks. Ika with 9, which is insane for a nose tackle. 7 for Ogba, a little bit down of a year for the sack totals in general. Nolan Smith was awful. Picks were pretty low. Sanders was terrible. Anderson wasn't great, but he's a rookie punter. I can't really expect much out of him. I mean, you really just get about 50 yards per punt, and that's really all you could ask for. Dak with that Cowboys playbook, 12-5. Us with the Cowboys playbook, insanely good, and then we suck. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to us. Nice. A win. Quarterback, number 8. Running back, definitely not on the list. He was awful. Wide receiver, number 7. O-line, not on the list. D-line, not on the list. Linebacker, not on the list. DB, definitely not on the list. And kicker, I don't even know why I tried. Packers win the Super Bowl over the Raiders by 6, it appears. Dev-ups, none for Tua, sadly. None for anyone, actually, on the offense. Defensively, Ogba looks like he went down in Dev. Smith did not go anywhere in Dev. Baker went up in Dev. Howard went down in Dev. I'm not really sure, what makes a corner go down in Dev. Maybe it's just because he's older. His picks are low, but his tackles were the highest they've ever been, which maybe 61. He did have more catches allowed than normal, but then again, catches allowed in game are pretty stupid. So, I don't know what else to tell you. Sure, dude. You can be star dev all you want. We got to replace corners anyways, I guess. Yeah. What do we do? Ika went up in dev because of Rookie of the Year. Ogba wasn't that bad to lose his dev, though, was he? Once again, we have breakout or regression off, but the game just doesn't give a damn. 7 sacks as an interior guy. I mean, I don't know if they expect everyone to be Aaron Donald, but I think he should keep his dev, so I'm going to force it back to Superstar. And then Wilkins, we'll see maybe tackles for a loss or something if his sacks suck. I'm paying contracts out here for guys with Superstar, and they could literally just go away anytime they want. It's just pretty stupid. 4.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. I'll allow it. He actually did have a bad year. Screw it, based on EA's numbers that are really random. Do we have 20 mil? But Tua's going to probably want at least 30, 35 per. And then defensively, I'm not sure what we're going to do with these cornerbacks. They are good enough to probably play another year. This would be our kind of last stand, if you will, with the roster. But they are definitely still good enough to start. I mean, they're both decent enough, especially Howard. Howard could definitely start longer. Oh, wow. Howard's on some mad deal still. I forgot about that. That's unfortunate. Thankfully, Jones isn't, right? Yeah, we can get rid of Jones anytime we want, but we'll keep him around for one more year. Trayvon Stardev Diggs is a free agent, but I'm not going to be paying contracts for future players that aren't actually starting right now. Fifth-year option for Mr. Jalen Waddle. We are going to pick it up. Fifth-year option for Jalen Phillips. This is a little bit more questionable. I'm not going to do it. Wait, why do we have picks? Oh, yeah, we sucked. This is good. We might actually be able to land a corner. D-man coverage. So fast, though. That's tough. Every other player I have is pretty much lineman, which we do, in fairness, need to get at least one lineman, but I think I am actually going to take the shot on Fuller here. Tavon Fuller or Tavon Fuller. Gimme. Yes, thank you. Hidden development trait. Dubski. Not going to play out the gate, but potential number 2 down the line. Let's move to our next pick, where we may even trade down, to be honest. DT. Is that a need just yet? It's definitely getting up there. How good was that DT anyways? Lawton. C block shed, but an A finesse move. That is like the perfect interior D end. He also has an A tackle. He is an interesting fella. What about our center? He's a 3-4. I think we might be able to get away with this. What about Chambers, the wide receiver? There was definitely some potential here, but we don't really need a wide receiver that bad. It'd be nice to grab like a super late wide receiver, but we don't really have that, I don't think. We don't. I'm going to go Quincy Lawton. Why not? 22, not ready yet, but A finesse, A tackle, please. It's a bit of an L, but normal dev could be like a 74, 75, but then again, by the time he starts, he will be 23, but it is what it is. We took a guy we thought was going to be good, and he just simply wasn't. We trade 80 and 112 this year for 68 this and a 7th next year. I was very petty. And with this pick, we're going to be taking, I think, our last. Now we do have one other lineman, but the center, Joe Tanner, who looks pretty decent, but once again, another bad run blocker, it appears. But from what we can see, I think he's going to be decent, and he is hidden. I don't know if he's decent, but 6'1", 296, he is literally center only. Ooh, Charles Wright is still there. I'm going to take him, I think. Look at that, AB, AB, like that's just a win. Of course, another run block issue. Lead block sucks, but he looks decent and also hidden. That's another win. I think we're set on linemen, believe it or not. And I'm going to go slowly here because we have 2 linebackers that are day 4 that are still there. And I would like to take one, I suppose. And even though we're only a few picks away, Smallwood just went. I want to make sure we have one of them. Like I said, I actually realized we do not have a pick there. That pick wasn't even ours anymore. So a 5th and a 6th this and a 6th next year with the Rams for their 4th round. We know that they love to get rid of their first 3 rounds every time. So I suppose getting extra 5th, 6s, you know, adds up for them. But Raekwon Toon, I don't even remember who was better of them, but I just know they were both decently athletic. So Raekwon Toon it is. And another hidden. This guy's juiced. I don't know how good he actually is because a lot of those key ratings were a little iffy, but that, my friends, is why you go for the athletic freaks. And our next pick was in the 7th. Nice. And I'm falling for that damn A zone coverage potential again. Don't know how good he is. Probably bad. Liam Eichenberg needs, well, I don't know if he needs a contract, but he is on the trade block. That's not a bad offer. I'd actually probably just take him straight up for the tight end, to be honest. We know that he's like a athletic specimen. But looking at our draft, 75, 73, 74, 74, 71, then 62. Not bad by any means. Fuller was kind of like the only decent corner. Oh, he is really bad at man coverage, but really good at zone. Let us see what his dev is. It doesn't matter because we're going to see his dev before he starts anyways. And he's a superstar. That's a win. That is like our new Xavier Howard kind of. Of course, Lawton, I forgot, was kind of a trash can. Yeah, he's not a good pick. And that was a decently high 2nd again. Another 2nd round wasted. Joe Tanner, automatic starter at center. Let's take a look at what kind of dev we're landing here. 77 seems like a little bit high of a number for a center, kind of. Let's put him at 65 with another superstar. Okay, so we landed some pretty good players, actually. Charles Wright. Let's get another bad run blocker, dude. They're like all bad. Let's take a look at what his dev is. There's no way he's a superstar. He's got to be star. Yeah, he's star development trait. And then the middle linebacker is actually a little bit better of an overall than I would have thought, to be honest. 6'3", 239. Decent hit power, very athletic. Block shed sucks. Coverage is decent. Jumping's okay. And I would imagine his dev is going to be normal star development trait. And it is. That's still a good draft, though. It's actually a massive win for Cam Akers to exist in free agency. I'm not going to have this go on. I'm just going to let it happen because obviously he should not be here. All right, the squad keeps changing, but we keep grinding. It's going to be a pain to pay some of these players here coming up soon. But the cornerbacks, that's really where we're hoping we save some money next season. But will it be too little too late? That's the big question here. Is Ogba, Wilkins maybe even could be gone. It's a very expensive time to be a Miami Dolphin fan. I don't know. Whoa, Tyreek Hill! Relax with the profanity, brother. Jesus. I don't even want to know what he called him. Relax. Holy. Damn, now we're going by him for that. Gee, oh wow, okay, I guess we're going to call him that from now on. We have 90 mil, but I think we're going to go broke. I'm going to be honest with you, but, oh my God, Holland's a 5-year 78. He's a great player, but he's also a safety, so we're going to wait on that for now. How much is he wanting? A 6-year 91. All right, a 6-year 95 it is. Come on. Oh, of course, dude. Tua has no interest to resign. I get it, right? We didn't really, trust him super well. We didn't really, what is that called? We didn't invest in him, and I get it, but 5-year 145 was it? That's the deal. That's the long-term sitch. Take it or leave it. He took it, thankfully. Eric McCoy's actually not terribly expensive. And once again, we gave him a chance when no one else wanted him. So he stays. How much is Javon Holland actually per year? 15.5, dude. 5-year 79. Expensive. 22 mil left. With Phillips probably going to need at least another 2 or 3 mil to actually get him to take the deal. And we could actually probably pay Baker. It's not crazy money. He's interested in joining back. So 4-year 33. Okay, nice. That's not bad. We actually have a little bit of money next year for Waddle, and we're looking okay. Gave him a 6-year 115, which is actually kind of costly, but it is what it is. It's still slightly under 20 per, which is all right. Speaking of all right, our season's all right, but we need to finish strong to make the playoffs. And we lose to a very well under 500 team. We're done for. Well, playing against the Bills, so that's going to be an 8-9 season for this team. Oh, 9-8, we're in the playoffs. That's a dub. Absolute win. That is a huge win. Yards-wise, good. Touchdowns-wise, good. Picks-wise, not so good. Rushing, holy crap. That is an awful year. We ran Dallas till week 11. Went to Tampa. Oh my. Oh my. The run game here is awful. Of course, we do have bad blocking for the run game, in fairness, for the O-line, but still. Pass rush was pretty bad, but at least Nolan Smith maybe stepped it up enough to get to star, perhaps. Pick totals, I mean, pretty tame stuff. Fuller, bunch of guys, shifting in and out of the lineup. Kicking was a little bit better. At least Tucker got a touchdown somewhere. Did well in the kick return game, but man, our offense sucks. It's actually genuinely terrible. It is literally so bad. But screw it. Against the Titans, we are a 92 overall, but hey, at least the Titans are a pretty good team as an 83 overall. Going to the end of the game, please don't lose to the Titans. I don't care if we're only 9-8. I do not care how we got here. We are not worse than the Titans. We just simply aren't. Yet here we are, 14-all, 17-14. Driving now, can't finish the drive. Shocker, 21-17, 21-20, 24-20, and do we miss the field? What do we do? Why is this game so bad, dude? We're so much better. Like, what do we actually do to make the team? I don't get it. I honestly don't understand. I really don't. And we're just going to end up taking... Wow, really? That throw power, man. Tua's got that throw power locked in. He's goated. Tyreek could legitimately score on this play. Screw it. Waddle. Oh! We take it! Stokely down the sidelines. Can they catch him? Stokely, wow! That is quite the crazy play. Tua, I believe, underthrew it. I don't know what the hell that celebration is, but Tyreek with the vision gets underneath it, catches it off the deflection, and we score. Like, is Waddle not open here? Like, I guess he's not. I guess Waddle decides he doesn't want to run full sprint, and he just slows down and lets Fulton, who is probably many speeds slower than him, just outrun him, I guess. 92 speed versus 98. Close battle. Please just beat the Titans. Like, I just don't even want to see them. Like, I just don't even want to see them. Good job, defense. We got lucky. We got bailed out. I don't understand this game. And I don't even think I'm on all Madden. I think I'm on all pro. Of course, Tua did play well before we came in, but man, that ground game has been bad ever since the start of this rebuild. I just don't get it. Pollard's a good running back. Tucker's a good running back. We suck, though. And wow, good job, Sanders. 2 for 4. Great job. All right, to the divisional round. Please give us this win against the Bills. We beat them to get to the playoffs, so this would kind of make them feel extra dumb. Up by 7 early. Bills going to counter with the touchdown themselves. We are now down 7. Touchdown to tie it up. Huge touchdown before half, and we do as well. This is a very close matchup of 2 Titans in the division. Both teams turning the ball over left and right, but we have the 7-point lead. They tie it up. We're up by 7. The defense makes the play, and we're headed to the championship round. Tua outperforming quarterbacks. I'm just saying. Running backs sucking. Jalen Waddle, good stuff. Tyreek Hill, good touchdowns. Gesicki was all right. Sack totals, a couple of numbers there. Picks. Tavon Fuller, whatever you want to call him. 2 picks. And then I'm done, dude. I honestly don't get it. I'm going to look at his ratings after this. I don't get it. I don't understand. 84 kick power, and he's literally 2 for 6, I think. He's 2 for 6 in the postseason with 84 kick accuracy, EA. But regardless, to the championship round, 9-8 versus 8-9. Wow, 2 amazing talents. All right, going to the end of the game, the Raiders coming out strong, 14-0, 21-0. Holy crap. 24-0, 27-0. EA, please get off your goddamn crack and share some with me, please, so I can cope with the sim in this game. Turning around, but way too little too late. I mean, what even is that? 27-0? Do the Raiders even have anyone fast enough to cover either Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle? Like, do they? I don't think they do. Renfro went for 208 yards against us. Surely. Max Crosby, I'm not even going to argue that because our right tackle is a little iffy. Like, do they actually have anyone fast enough to cover the 2 wide receivers we have? I don't think so. Either this is going to be an ultra-failed rebuild, or it's going to be yet another Year 4 Super Bowl. One of the 2. So, we could have made the argument that the Raiders were just on a tear, and it was fate for them to win it all. And that is what I'm going to do. We lost to the team that won the Super Bowl at 8-9. Lovely. Of course, looking at devs, this is the problem with doing a rebuild after... or coming back to a rebuild after you've done a bit. I don't remember who had what dev because the game is still glitching out. And I know for a fact Waddle obviously had Superstar. But there's, people thinking that I'm like doing something wrong or I'm glitching it. I promise you I'm not. The game is literally broken. Or the game really hates me and is broken. So you can see this is on, right? Like normally it's grayed out, right? So I'm going to back out of that, and I noticed every time I sim, it breaks, but I actually wonder if I just even back out, if it's already broken. And as you can see, it is. As you literally can see, it is. Regardless of the point, just throwing that out there in case that's something they don't fix, which very well could be a thing. Maybe they don't know. But I hope, right? I hope so. But yeah, re-signings, like I said, I left this for a day, so I'm not 100% sure. Byron Jones went back up to superstar, it appears. A 1-year 8, I have a feeling he will not actually accept. We, of course, all of a sudden have money again. Oh my god, Tyreek's number jumps to 50 million next year. I think it's time to just let Byron go because we're stuck as well with Xavier Howard. What the hell? Where did that name come from? Xavier Howard anyway, so it could be Howard, Fuller, and then Noah Igbenogany. I think that's a good number. Sucks because Byron Jones is still usable, but I think it's time. Sorry, pal. And then defense, I think once again Wilkins. No, I think we actually let Wilkins drop in dev because he was kind of iffy. Same with Xavier Howard. Did Terron Armstead retire? No shot he retired. No wonder why we have money. I only just noticed it there. Oh, no. Terron Armstead retires after 12 years. He couldn't have been more than 35, right? Maybe he was headed on to 36. I don't know, but we need a tackle. Of course, I imagine this is another issue that they're hopefully fixing. Please, for the love of God, don't have to restart a franchise to be able to use it. But look at the free agency. Parsons and Pitts, maybe the most athletically freakish players on each side of the ball in the league, both in free agency. Same with Jamar Chase and Burrow. They're like, hey, package duo. And Joe Mixon. And then, hey, you know what? Take the whole offense. T. Higgins, take the whole damn team. The kicker even. Oh my God. They better be broke. If they're not broke, this is just bustedly bad. They have $120 million to spend, but you know what? Screw the best players on the team. Get out of here. We're going to offer one singular contract, and that is going to be Deion Dawkins. Players have evaluated. We got him. 2-year, $34 million deal for an 86 overall left tackle, who is a monster pass blocker. Holy. I think we suck at running the ball anyways. Pick 29. I have 2 defensive linemen. Those are kind of like the positions of need going forward, as we may need to replace left end and right end. Of course, I wish we needed a nose tackle because that position is so easy to draft this year, it seems. But of course, you can see Combs is a god. Gresham is a little bit less, guaranteed, it seems, but still a good option. I don't think this is a case of like trade down or keep moving down until one is gone. I really think Combs is that much better, and he's a year younger. I gotta go for him. So we trade 29, a third next year, and 198 this year to move up 8 spots with the Chiefs. So one less third round next year, which is a little bit of an L, but we could always use our third this to maybe get something like that back next. Combs just looks too good to pass on, and obviously that's the case. As we're going to grab him, I guarantee him to be good. And, normal. Been seeing a lot of these players be hidden development trait, usually just star, but that's a little bit of an L. I'd still say he's a good overall, but the fact that he's going to be replacing a stud and he's only normal is a tiny bit of an L. Next pick, though, is probably going to be this guy, Reed Cummings. I don't know if I can because A, it's not that big of a need, and B, he's 2 to 3. I don't really want to trade up again when we have a bunch of guards. I mean, we even have Foot Fetish Boy here, who looks actually really solid of a player. Reed Cummings is still there, though. But he's also 6'2", which is kind of small, but he's very athletic. I guess you can never have too many linemen, so we're going to grab Reed Cummings, why not? And he is hidden development trait, which is a dub. I wish I could switch his dev with the other guy, but sure. And even though it's kind of like a reach, he is a day 3. And it just seems like he's so talented that maybe we do take Dan Schneider as well. How small is he? He's also like a center type, though. I don't really want another center type, but he looks... Nah, I'm going to grab him. He's too talented not to. Dan Schneider, also hidden development trait. So we have our alignment for, the very foreseeable future. We also only have 1 middle linebacker remaining, but he's, decent. Both of them are pretty good, decently athletic. We could use a linebacker for the future, so Ernest Harris, normal development trait, but very athletic. Turning this down for a Bengals 4th-round pick next year is... we've seen their free agent list. They lost, the whole damn team, so they might suck. And then the final pick, an elite kick power punter with B accuracy. Probably automatic starter. Normal development trait, 97 kick power. That's kind of busted. It'd be so nice in real life if you were a scout that you just know the kick power of the guys you're scouting. Like, you know how long that, you know, sometimes you get a little win, you get a little lucky, but we know, you know what I mean? 74 for the left end, 75 for both the guards, a 71 for the middle linebacker, and a 72 for the punter. What is that accuracy looking like? I don't remember what our guys' accuracy is currently, but I'd imagine it's pretty good. 77 accuracy is also pretty good, though. Combs, please be like 80-something block shed. 80 on the nose, 73 power move. I mean, he's a good player, but once again, not hidden. I'm going to be so mad at that DT that we wouldn't even have had to trade up for is actually, like, hidden development trait, but we'll find out. Cummings, once again, even with his number, looks like he should be a center. He is star development trait, and then the other guy, which neither of them are going to start right away, if at all, for this entire rebuild, because we'll probably call it max 5 years, even if we don't win a Super Bowl, especially with this team. You know, a fail or whatever. But I got to find that DT. Here he is, 72 overall. Gresham, also normal in fairness. Kind of better. His strength's worse, but his power move's a little better. I mean, I think our guy is better. So this guy's also a year older anyways. So both were an L. Sweet. Makes me feel great about my scouting ability. Although you can't really tell if someone's hitting or not. All right, the year 4 team. Tua, I need you to develop, please. O-line's looking pretty good, even though we lost our superstar left tackle. We added Quez Watkins through free agency because he was sitting there looking all lonely, and he has 98 speed. And I'm like, why are you so lonely? Of course, playing the defense, we have an 88 overall nose tackle. We need to replace Ogba probably, but we have Combs for one of the two. Probably Wilkins before Ogba, but I'm not sure who we got to pay. Fuller, this team is headed towards failed rebuild category. I'm just going to be honest with you. Using the Dolphins playbooks, we are having a very iffy year. Re-signings, we have to pay Waddle, we have to pay Thompson if we choose to, which I will. Ogba at 31, I don't think I can make that play. We're going to be replacing those. Tyndall will probably pay. We actually have a decent bit of money. I don't know if this is like the year that is counting for Tyreek Hill's absolutely insane number, but if so, then, you know, maybe we'll be fine. But if this isn't, then we are screwed next year. But that's something we'll think about for the future. Really? A 4-year 84, that's pretty fair. 4-year 18 for Tyndall, which is a steal for us. 4-year 90 he wouldn't take, so we're going to end up tagging him. Sweet. 3-year 30 for Jalen Thompson. I was like, you know what? He's actually really good. I'm going to give him the deal, and works out for us, I suppose. I really would like this to be a 1-year deal. If he's willing to do a 1-year 17 is a lot. Yeah, I was about to say, dude, it's kind of getting like a huge deal there. Of course, he's an X factor, so it doesn't really matter as much, but still. Of course, I would imagine the money is still being shown on Waddle. I at least hope so, because otherwise 15 mil, I don't even think we're going to be able to tag him then. All right, we used the Dolphins playbook all the way through, and we only went 10-7, but it was still a playoff season, I suppose. Positive. You know, this is what we rocked with. We changed to Pittsburgh defense, though, because the Dolphins' defensive scheme gives you 0 success on defense. Like, you might as well not even be playing defense. Of course, offensive yardage was awful, apparently. But Tua's numbers were all right. 5K, I'd imagine the rush numbers are going to be awful then. But 5K passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 picks, and just abysmal rushing numbers. Waddle was solid. Tyreek was solid. Gesicki really good. Watkins joining the new team with being the new slot receiver. Killed it. O-line was awful. Here's the thing. I battle this every time in rebuilds, and I have no idea how to physically prove this, but does having an 86 overall tackle give me a better chance to win even if he's given up 17 sacks, which is just stupidly amount? Like, 70 overall tackles should be given up less than that, let alone 86, 87 overall, you know what I mean? I don't know. Wow. Emmanuel Ogba at 20 and a half. He's an interior guy in a 3-4. He's killing it. Another guy that got paid, Jalen Thompson. Great season. Noah Benogany, not bad. Fuller was okay. Kicking was terrible for how good Sanders is. Anderson started over Rivers again. Sweet. Well, not again, but you know what I mean. Quez Watkins with a kick return touchdown. 2 punt return touchdowns from Tyree. You can almost debate how close the season was, that those returns may have saved us. MVP of the league went to a 7-10 quarterback. What's even happening? Honestly, like, what is even happening in this rebuild? I don't understand, dude. I don't know. But let's go in against the Titans. I have not yet run the Chiefs playbook, but if we lose this game to a team that is 10 overalls lower than us, I will be putting on the Chiefs playbook. And then we're going to call it there. Win or lose. Doesn't matter. Playoffs or not. I don't care. 3-0. Now down 7-3. Defense is doing okay. We get a field goal. Down by 8 now. Tied up at 14. Good defense. Good offense with the touchdown. And they drove down with the entire clock. And we have lost to an 83 overall team, which is 10 overalls lower than us. Yay. A 10-year in the league, Jameis Winston, now 11 technically, because when you're in the playoffs and you're not eliminated, there's an extra year added on that they don't count. Beat us. Nice. And people ask me why I run playbooks that are at least decent. Lost to a 10 overall less team than us. How do we build a roster good enough to beat a 10 overall less team if a 93 overall can't do it? I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't honestly know. I really don't. And then you're going to get the people that'll be like, well, I mean, it happens in real life. Underdogs win. It's like, yeah, but they don't win 90% of the time like they do in the game. Like, you go into a sim like this, it's not 50-50, even though it should probably be like 75-25 in our favor. I really feel like we have the 25% chance to win. I swear. And of course, I'll show you guys once again that the stupid regression thing is going to break, which is going to be super fun. I love it, dude. I'm going to actually try to fix... Actually, it doesn't work. We've actually been over this. When you click off, it literally just, like, breaks the moment we leave. Panthers, Colts in the Super Bowl. Interesting names, I will say. And the winner is the Colts, 24-14. Tua had a lot of yards. I don't think he would have deserved a dev up, but maybe. Didn't. Waddle at least keeps his dev for once. Pollard, he had a terrible season. I don't even know how he's star still. Defensively, Phillips dropped in dev, and you know what? He played pretty trash. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow him to drop in dev because he's really done nothing for us. And Howard is not releasable yet. Sweet. Paying a number 3 cornerback top dollar to play number 3 cornerback. Nice. But let's see if we can afford Waddle with the tag. I mean, it can't be more than like 20 mil, which we were offering more of, in fairness. So we were trying to work out a deal, and he didn't want it. It's not my fault, right? So where is he? Franchise tag. Holy 31 mil. 31 times 4 is 120. I mean, why not have 2 wide receivers making... Well, I think Tyreek and Waddle combined will actually be making 80 mil because of Tyreek's number, but holy crap. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. 31 mil. I can't imagine he wouldn't be willing to play on that tag. Like, 31 mil? That's a lot of money. Like, he's guaranteed, what? 15 and a half? Of course, looking at some of the free agents, Jerry McLaurin, not bad. Of course, he's wanting 31 per. Dalvin Cook, 9 per, even though he's really solid. Alvin Kamara, solid player still, you know, even at 31. Aiden Hutchinson, 26. I mean, simply, we just can't afford anyone. And honestly, we don't really need anyone. Maybe the best we could use is a corner, but, I mean, I'm not really going to be paying, like, this kind of money for a corner, you know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. Jamel Dean's a 1-year deal. We're kind of, like, done with the rebuild after this, because, like I said, I'm going to play the Chiefs playbook, and it's either going to go really well or it's going to go really badly. There's no in-between, so screw it, dude. Put all the money into the damn season. Jamel Dean's going to save us. Keep forgetting about the evaluate offers thing. Did we get our guy? We did not, I imagine. Right? Or is he still there? Well, where is the signed? Damn, dude. Where is it? He signed at the Texans. Good team drop, obviously. Like, I honestly think, like, they did put a lot of effort into it, so maybe. But I really feel like they put in this, like, the whole motivations thing, just so when a guy goes to Houston for the same price we were offering to go to Miami in a team that's actually made the playoffs, and he's asking for a 1-year deal, which is kind of like that I'm trying to win a Super Bowl type of deal, you know, there's no real argument. It's like, oh, well, we have this motivation thing now. He wanted to go closer to home, and he wanted this, that, and that, you know? Like, it almost kind of feels like it's almost like a cop-out, but I'll give it to him that they did put a lot of effort into it, so maybe not. Maybe not. Not for sure. Maybe not. So there is a tackle. He's 1-2. I don't know when he's going to go. We are probably not going to need him right now. We also have a lot of depth on the offensive line, so I'm not going to worry about him. If he's there, maybe we'll take him. And he is there. Earl Watkins, 21 with an A pass block, A to B awareness, B impact block. Strength's a little lacking, but a very good pass blocker, not so good of a run blocker. Tackle's a future need for this team. Also, I don't know how old our boy is, but this tight end looks goated. So I might actually have to take a look at his age and how much he's going to want, or maybe not how much he wants, but when he's going to need a contract, because Hawkinson's probably up there. Hawkinson, this isn't the Lions. I was thinking of another video I did. Gesicki is up there. He's 30. Interesting. I don't want to pay. 30's old, but we're good for another couple of years. I don't want to grab a guy that we're not going to use right away. I don't also want to grab, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab him. You can never have enough elite talent, although he's normal. Sweet. But is an elite player. It seems speed, excel, size. 2 tight ends. Get used to them because they're going to be out there. Then we have a DT Drummond who's a 3-4. A finesse, B tackle. I mean, we're probably going to take a bet on him, even though, you know, how confident am I in him? I'm probably not super. We traded back a few times to get to the 3rd pick in the 3rd round, which I suppose is going to be the DT. I also kind of like this D end, but you can't really tell what he's going to be like. This guy's a little bit more of a guarantee with the finesse, but I just feel star development trait is like the best we can get off of that guy. But I also worry this guy's normal, but we need it more, and he is hidden. That's a win. He's a little undersized, but that's kind of what we need. You know, we needed like 285-plus pounder, kind of an interior pass rushing. Let's go to the next pick. Snow went, which I would have expected him to probably go pretty early, so that's not terrible. And Harden's still there, so I'm going to take the chance on him. Like I said, I think normal, but we're going to take the shot. And like I said, he is normal, but I think it was worth it. It was worth the chance. And we have a bunch of 4th-round picks, and I would imagine our DT is still going to be there. He is. Amari Rhodes. A bunch of C's, but a big dude. I'm going to take the shot. Amari Rhodes. Normal development trait. Good strength, obviously, as expected. And kind of trade off the rest. All right, the draft was not great, but let's take a look at what we landed. So Lucas Jensen. Holy blind to me. Every single trait. Injury sucks. Stamina's not great. Route running's iffy. Decent catching. He's a raw project, but he is a big monster. Drummond, the 22-year-old hidden dev finesse type DT who will probably not play for us this year. Let's see what dev he is. Maybe he's like a superstar or an X Factor, and he is not. And Harden is a low overall, so I don't really care. All right, final team. Going to be running that Chiefs playbook on offense. I don't know how long you want us to keep using Tua and this team. It's either going to be a win or a failed rebuild. That's all I can tell you. A win or a failed rebuild. That's all we're at this point. And to be honest, with the roster, the way it stands, it's not looking great, I'll be honest. But at the same time, we had players with plenty of potential that just never really developed. But even Smith, there's a 90 power move guy. He just sucks. I don't know how to tell. I don't know what else to say. We were having a pretty good year, and then we lost 3 straight games, which is super fun. Tyreek Hill wants a 4-year 120. I'd be willing to... Hey! I'd be willing to go down to like a 2-year 60. Is he down to clown, if you know what I mean? Oh, was that less or more? I don't know. Jalen Waddle wants a 4-year 103. Last time he didn't want it, so... Let's try to up it a little bit. 4-year 110. Oh my god, screw your accountant, dude. Ooh. Siaki is not looking to stay around here. 6-year 110. Thank you. We take it. Nice win for us. Just talking about that tight end situation. Gesicki. We do have a guy that's literally just as good as him. Well, maybe not just good. You know what I mean. But he's really solid. I'd be willing to do a 2-year deal at best, but he also isn't really interested. A 2-year 25, you down? Osiris Torrance, of course, we have a bunch of backup options, but at the same time, he's a tank. He's glad to stay. I was about to say, we have a lot of options, so I'm just saying. Nolan Smith, we will pay. He has been bad, though, so I'm not offering that much. Thank you. I can see why they say we have so much money, because we have so many players to re-sign. We're going to be letting Deion Dawkins go. Sean Tucker's a good player. He just hasn't played well, but we could use a backup. Oh, come on. Anyone else? We still have to get Waddle, which is a problem. Ogba, I think at this point he's got to go, right? Yeah, I mean, we're fine. Playoffs, and even with the Chiefs playbook, we still only go 10-7. Are some teams just glitched to always suck? What is wrong with this game? Why does it hate us? Weak link. Oh, hey, what's this? Is it going to be me? You're going to fire me. Find yourself in the playoffs despite fielding a defensive unit. Forced turnovers, baby. Or maybe the Chargers are a 4-3 and I'm just like an idiot, but I'm pretty sure they're not a 4-3. But regardless, Tua, 37 touchdowns, 11 picks, 5,200 yards, which is like probably near the top of the league. Tony Pollard is never good in sim. He's never good, but then again, we're always kind of glitched here. Jalen Waddle's an X factor. Gesicki, not bad. Tyreek Hill, not bad at all. Number 3 is just some randomer. Blocking, still really terrible, despite the fact that we're paying this line so much. Nolan Smith finally with double digits after getting paid. Combs could go to star as, you know, this is his first year playing for us. Not a bad year at all. Sanders has been awful. The punter's decent. Kick returner. Wow, Tyreek is killing it, though. Back-to-back season with 2 punt return touchdowns. Keep him on that, and he could literally become the greatest of all time, even though he's 32. But let's go in. The very final year, no matter what. I don't care if we lose right here or we go all the way. If we lose right here, I'll take the L. I'll say, hey, you know what? EA, you've won. You've won. Going to the end of the game. Not a bad start. Left to right, we got a touchdown. Now only up by 4. Jacksonville gains the lead. Finally, offense can answer back to another team scoring. 17-13, halftime. Come on, offense. Do something. 24-27, huge rushing touchdown. Wow, this is becoming a bit of a problem. Close game. Is this their ball? We lose 10 yards on a sack. We lose 8 yards on a sack. I'm done, dude. Back-to-back sacks when we need to drive down to win. Are you kidding me? And that is literally a dot. It's not going to be the first down, but it's going to be a lot of it. Who would have thought? Like, come on, man. Tyreek, question mark. Right there, Gesicki, boom. Wow, speaking of boom, like really, like super boom. I really don't want to run the same exact play, but kind of running out of time here. Uh-oh. Nice catch by Gesicki there, obviously a tough one. Let's watch the AI fail to even get the field goal attempt. Did they actually legitimately fail to get the field goal attempt? There's no shot. They ran out of time. Of course, we did not deserve to lose the game we did, so we're just going to completely fair sim it. Probably lose anyways. And we do. We lose by 3 anyway. Oh, my God. We're just going to review, you know, how the players developed and call it a rebuild. Actually, I want to see what they say about the weak link here. Obviously, a tough way to end the season was the feeling in the locker rooms. It was that damn defense, I'm telling you. Proud of the team. It's fun. It's fun losing in the first round. Haha. I had a blast. Can't wait to get out there again next year. Considering there will be no next year, damn delete this thing. Of course, we lose to the team that goes to the Super Bowl, a trend for years of Madden now. And they lose the same way we lost, 35 to 38. Let's take a look at any potential dev-ups, take a look at the progressions, and call it there. So Tyreek Hill regressed to superstar. I don't know if that's a thing because, you know, he's, you know, older or what. You know, they got to give... Somehow, the players are going to have to, you know, get sent off the league, I guess, but... Waddle, the new Tyreek Hill. Did he get to 99? I bet you he will right here. Watch this. 99 speed. The new Tyreek Hill. Boom. Easy clap. Damn, that would have been so freaking clutch, though. Release sucks, but he is a superstar X Factor with, I mean, everything's great but release, which is pretty much the trend for AI upgrading. Tony Pollard was just so bad. I thought maybe it was last year was just a fluke. Nah, he's busted in the game. He's just unusable. Tua, I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's just, he's like slightly above average. We're paying him to be the player he is. Why the hell would I look at Deion Dawkins? He literally joined us randomly. Like, it's not like he's some crazy great guy that we developed. Like, Austin Jackson I'll look at because, he's like a long shot in the NFL, and we gave him the shot, and he's a really good pass blocker. Then defensively, I suppose we'll look at Phillips, who really he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing the entire rebuild. He's so bad for us. What else? You have Baker, don't really care. Tyndall, I suppose, because he's a rookie. Tyndall, pretty damn good with tackling. Block shed's all right. Coverage is all right. He's, he's where you'd expect at this point, I suppose. Above average player slightly. Why the hell would I look at Jalen Thompson? No offense, Jalen. But just like, you're not like unique to this team by any means. Like Holland, I suppose, right? He's a real life player that's developed long term with us. Oh, my man, he dropped down to star. He's still a god, though. Pass rush sucks, but he's a block-shedding monster. And I suppose we'll look at Noah Iguanagani, but he was pretty much a backup this entire time. So, I mean, really good man corner, but that's pretty much going to be it for our Miami Dolphins failed realistic rebuild, if you will. I think we built a pretty good team for a while, and then we just kind of fell off a little bit. There was some contracts that we were tied to real life that, really made it hard to go long term. Like Tyreek Hill making so much money that we had to pay him and Jalen Waddle. Like, it's just, we did what we could, and the team was absolutely good enough to win a Super Bowl, yet we couldn't even get close. And at this point, we're not going up in trend. We're kind of like leveling out, if not maybe going down in trendwards. So, I mean, it's just a team that kind of feels like it's in purgatory right now. Like, it's not quite great. It's not quite terrible. It's just, in the middle, kind of like above average. And, yeah, like, it's a great team. It's probably the best overall team in the league. But as far as, like, a rebuild sense, I would have expected more from us. But what can you do when you don't win? When you don't win, the sim numbers are going to be bad. And when the sim numbers are bad, you're not going to get XP upgrades, That's all I can tell you. But you can't win them all, I suppose, and I really thought I was going to win this one. I thought this was going to be a quick one. I thought this was actually going to be one of those, like, dynasty types, and yet we didn't even win one. Our first failed rebuild is the Dolphins, which is a little bit of a shocker. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you have a team you want to see next in the near future, let me know. There's obviously plenty of rebuild teams that we're going to be going through throughout the Madden 23 year. Some that we may even do over as, like middle of the season, a crazy trade happens, or in the offseason, way down the line, there's some trade or free agency move, whatever it may be. So obviously, definitely be on the lookout for that. Like I said, subscribe if you're enjoying the Madden content, or, this is the first video you're seeing. You're like, hey, I want to see more of that. You like Madden franchise. You're going to love it sticking around. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden stuff. And then once again, twitch.tv/JeromepkR for streams, if or whenever I do stream there. That's about it. Thanks for watching. I would say hopefully you come back for next video, which I hope you do. Tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly. Maybe Seahawks franchise, perhaps. But until next video, see ya!